keep seeing people say that they're genuinely shocked at the amount of white Christians who are defending and supporting and crying for Charlie Kirk. And they're like, when did Christianity become supportive racism? Why are these Christians supporting somebody who was so anti-Christ? When did this happen? Why do these people who are supposedly Christian support someone so vile and so hateful? And when did the church become this? The church has always been this. For at least 700 years, at least. I'm more inclined to say 1,000 years, but I'll cap it at 700 until I learn more. For at least 700 years, Europeans, initially Anglo-Saxons, and then it spread to the rest of the Western Europeans, have used the Bible as not only the main pillar of white supremacy, but also the primary weapon of it. Columbus and the King of Spain and Queen of Spain were praising God as they slaughtered Native Americans. And that is what I have been trying to tell y'all since I've started reading this book on here. Do not underestimate the extent to which these white Christian people are committed to pledging allegiance to power. That is their only belief system. That is their only concern. I've been trying to tell you this. Other creators have been trying to tell you this. People who have been on their deconstruction journeys have been trying to tell you this. There's a reason why when people start deconstructing, when specifically white people start deconstructing what they were taught in their conservative Christian households, they also start stepping away from the church. Like they start deconstructing whiteness and deconstructing the church at the same time, because at no point in modern history have those two not been inextricably linked. This is what Remick was trying to tell you in Sinners. And sitting here thinking that white Christians supporting and revering and praising and mourning a blatant Nazi racist, thinking that that's new, gives them more power. Because while you're caught up in the shock and the awe and the disgust and the disappointment of something that's been around for hundreds of years, as long as anybody's ancestors can remember, they're continuing on with what their ancestors did. And while you're standing there, mouth agape, baffled by how these people can say that they're worshiping God and worshiping a racist at the same time, they are rummaging through your stocks and stores. The KKK used to burn crosses in people's yards. The KKK was a Christian organization. Entire church congregations have chased black people out of their church, beaten them and lynched them on Sunday morning. And you thought these people were worshiping the same God as you? In the Bible, it says, "Thou shalt put no other God before me." So you admit there are other gods. And if there are other gods, do you think that these enslavers would have given their slaves the same God that they were praying to? Stop allowing these people to shock you. That's why they want to take away education, so that you don't read books like this, so that you don't know your own history, and more importantly, so that you don't know their history. They don't want you to know who they are, because the devil's biggest defense is a skeptical or ignorant or confused public. What these people are doing, mourning a monster, while millions around the world suffer at the hands of monsters like him, is not shocking. It is not new. And if it takes you off guard, you have not been paying close enough attention. And instead of getting mad and getting sad and getting depressed, you just need to get educated. The reason that they're crying over Charlie Kirk, but they're not crying over those babies in Gaza, and they're not crying over the American babies here, and they're not crying over the way black people have been treated since the beginning, and they're not crying about the fact that they dwindled the Native American population from 100% to 1%. The reason that they're not crying over that is because They worship power. And groups who historically have no power are not their concern unless they can use them to make themselves look good. Missionaries, soup kitchens. Violence is a weapon that, in their minds, only the group in power is allowed to use. That's why they take Christmas card photos with AK-47s, because it is a show of power. And so when they watched Charlie Kirk, a white man, die like a black man, it threw off their equilibrium, because to them, only people who don't have power are supposed to die like that. Do not underestimate these people. Do not let them tell you that they are good people. They are not. And now that the veil is thinning, and now that every single thing is being revealed gradually, because otherwise we would lose our minds more than we already are. Now that you see what you see, and you hear what you hear, and you know what you know, and you feel what you feel, do not ever forget it. Do not allow your children to forget it, because that's how they got us the first time. They put on this really good image. They put up this really good front. They have an incredible PR machine. And they tricked you into believing that they were the moral standard, the moral center. They are the opposite. The white Christian church has colonized, brutalized, decimated every ethnic and religious group you can think of, from poor Englishmen in the 1600s to the Irish a little bit before that, to the Native Americans, to Africans, Black Americans, Caribbeans. I'm talking about in it. Do not let these people tell you one thing and show you another. That Christian title don't mean shit. Get educated. And follow my playlist for more. New part coming soon.